Hey everybody, The Matrix. Who's seen The Matrix? And who knows what Matrix means? Who knows the originator of The Matrix? A woman, Sophia Stewart. Who's familiar with Sophia Stewart? She was the original writer of The Matrix. She did the whole series along with Terminator. So, who's familiar what a matrix is? It's a womb. Yes, it's a womb. If you look it up in the books, it's the Latin word for it. It would be mother or pregnant animal. Yeah, or just generally, like I was saying, womb. So, if we look at a definition, the matrix, womb, mother, it's what allows a newly created zygote to develop. Surrounding the egg white, the yolk, the zygote is the egg's hard shell. The surrogate mother, once in the yolk bed, the speck-sized zygote, and the matrix, despite being separate entities, become woven together. Another definition of a matrix, archaeological dig. The matrix is the soil surrounding the site. Okay.
Because the word matrix is a 7,000-year-old word for the woman's womb. Do you know the matrix is the woman's womb? It's mentioned 5 times in Scripture, 3 times in Exodus, 2 times in Numbers. Come on, think about that. Exodus 34th chapter, 19th verse, God says, he who opens up the matrix, opens up the woman's stargate, her portal to bring babies into this earthly dimension. Come on, it's the woman's womb. The difference between a man and a woman is not the vagina and the penis. It is the womb, the matrix. A woman can have a baby. A man will never, ever have a baby. He will never have a womb. He will never have estrogen flowing through his body to expand that womb for 9 months and 36 weeks. He will never have any breast milk. He will never have a feeding tube called an umbilical cord. Without that feeding tube, nothing is coming in here to Earth.
Right. And you detailed all of that in the book.
That's right, of course.
Wow.
Of course. Not only do I detail it, I show it. I show the symbolism where the man's hands is holding up under the woman's womb, the matrix. And the red and the blue pill is in there. That's where the red and blue pill, I'll be back, is there. Come on, are you kidding me?
And then you have the nuclear matrix. Yes, the nuclear matrix is the one biologists use. So a nuclear matrix refers to the material left behind after DNA is extracted from a cell's nucleus. Okay. Matrix, let's look at another definition, is an environment or structure in which something originates or develops. Back to the mother.
What worked for me is truth. I worship God. I don't worship man. I don't worship money. I don't worship people. I worship God and I worship the truth. And I would tell people like Kanye West, I'm not here to turn atheists into believers. I'm not here to lead you somewhere or be your leader or, to take your sheep and lead them to slaughter or whatever people do down here in hell. It has nothing to do with me. My job is to spread the message of God through the Matrix and Terminator. That's what I came to do. Just like Job, he got the job done. And so you need to understand my position and why I don't need any accolades or need somebody to believe. I need people to seek the truth because the Matrix and Terminator is to pull you out of bondage. For you to go out and seek the truth about your situation and what's being blinded before your eyes in the programs that you're in and why you're plugged into these programs. Tell a vision, tell a lie with a vision, television. Tell a lie with a vision, television. And that's what the media do. Tell a lie with a vision. And they got you plugged into the programming, the billboards, the magazines, the newspapers, the radio, all kinds of stuff, and who does this media, who owns this media, is going to tell you what kind of message you're going to get. Now, it doesn't matter if some of the messages are truthful or some of them are not truthful. The whole deal about this experience in the Matrix is you seeking the truth, not somebody validating it for you, not somebody trying to convince you or look at a screen credit and praise somebody over a screen credit, which is all fake. Because in the film industry, everybody knows it's just like bargaining chip for money. Has nothing to do with the truth. But we do have the courts. And in the courts, we can only enter truth. And that's where history is read from. It is created and made from the courts, not from film credits. So I'm not seeking archaeologists. I'm seeking truth seekers. And they're listening to my voice. And they're going to go out there and they're going to do what they need to do to find out the truth. And the other ones...
So in other words, the Matrix, the womb comes from a woman. There seem to be two men who appear as women who got credit for the movie. Two heads are a hydra? No, I'm kidding, not a hydra. A hydra has more than two heads. A hydra has like 5 or 6 or 7 heads. Anyway, that's besides the point.
Well, as we all know, there's nothing new under the sun. It's definitely interesting with the inversion of this movie. Here we have the creator, Sophia Stewart, the real womb, the creator original, versus the Wachowski brothers, sisters, who had the transformation from man to woman. So you see that duality in the flip that they try to do.
The Matrix Resurrections makes quite a direct reference to the fan theory that the Matrix is a trans metaphor. I wondered, did you guys have time to sit with that theory this time around and reflect on it, and what does it mean to you?
Yeah, I guess Lilly Wachowski was talking about that, and for me, I think anything that's positive and good and supportive and helps with understanding and community and bringing people together is awesome.
And how does it feel to know that the world's trans community and non-binary communities are waiting for this movie with bated breath?
Well, that's exciting. Hopefully they'll enjoy the film.
So I hope this question is original, but I fear it's not. Would you guys take the blue pill or the red pill?
I have never heard that question. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Red pill over here.
I'll take a red pill, but it's getting harder and harder to take those red pills. But
Was Neo supposed to be black too?
Oh, come on, Neo was black. He had a reason. There's a lot of black people with white skin. His father is Asian Polynesian. What do you think a Polynesian is? Go over to Hawaii and see what them Polynesians will say to you. Are you kidding me? I come from a military law enforcement family.
Okay.
In the military, we've been everywhere, all over the globe. Everybody's black. The only people you see in propaganda for the videos, for the tourists to come over to the countries, is the white-skinned people. What it's telling you is, with the Matrix, is that the female or the feminine energy is the energy of creativity. And you know this from ancient Egypt, with the Egyptians.
Mm-hmm.
That not the male energy is not the creative energy, it's the female. Because if you look at in the Matrix, it says all who opens up that womb come out, including the animals. Who have a womb? A horse has a womb. A sheep has a womb. Do you understand? It's the queen bee that has a womb that create all those bees. If the queen dies, that's the end of the colony. Come on now, get out of here.
Understood.
Just to bring it all the way home, look at this. This is the irony of this. So Sophia Stewart was on Killer Priest's podcast. Okay. Killer Priest is Walter Reed. Lord's son. Yes, he's great. He helps a lot with mental health and growth and lessons. Look up Southworth. Southworth is the architect of Walter Reed Medical Center. My last name is Southworth. I got a womb too.
Look around you. Everything is coming through a womb. A stargate, a portal. The earth is a physical domain, and coming through this portal, you're going to be born into this physical domain. And you got to have a body here to operate. And you're not going to get a body from a man. Come on now. You're not getting nothing from a man but some seeds.
This is fact. So how you? All right. So it was Matrix and Terminator was together. Obviously, they made movies, series.
Terminator and Time Revelation. Terminator is where the prophecy is. I wrote the second coming. The evolutions of consciousness, man versus a machine. So John Connors grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. You understand? The prequels to the Matrix is the Terminator, because that's the beginning of the epic story. It's past, present, and future time travel. So the machines, here's the Oracle's prophecy that a baby is going to be born that's going to destroy them. This is here is the science fiction here. Catch this science fiction. That a baby is going to be born to destroy the machines when they enslave mankind. Because now, in the future, which is called the Matrix, the machines is warring against man. But they know in order to prevent this baby, this savior, this hero, from coming to the earth, which I identify with Muhammad Ali, because the book is dedicated to him and my two children, because he's a black living superhero in the 80s. And I'm engaged to marry him. I'm with him from 1980 to 1983.
That's a fact.
He's a living hero upon the earth. The role model for the Neo character. Think about that for a moment. And so the machines have to time travel naked without shame, because the machine doesn't have a soul. It doesn't know it's naked.
And
until
that's
it's
why
told
the
to put
Terminator
on
come
some
down
clothes.
without clothes. Wow.
That's right. That's why he's got to put on clothes. He's naked without shame. Because how are you going to come in here? You come in here through the portal naked. Everything does. Come in naked without shame. The only one that has shame is the living souls of the living beings. And what does it do? The Terminator is looking for Sarah Connor, because he knows Sarah Connor is going to be the baby that's going to birth Leo, JC, John Connors. They're looking to kill her. So John Connors, who grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. Because what happens is, the first two Terminators movies, you see Sarah Connor. She falls in love with this man, Kyle Reese. He time travel. He's a rebel in the future, going to warn against the machines. And what does he do? He goes to the past. He catches up with Sarah Connor. He falls in love with her while he's protecting her and gets her pregnant. But he has to go back to the future. He can't stay in the past. Now it's the Immaculate Conception, because now she doesn't know where this man has and where he disappeared to. But now she knows she's pregnant with this baby. And this baby is important because the machines are trying to kill the baby, the teenager. Trying to kill the man-child, and he's hidden over into the Matrix. And when he reaches the age of 30 years of age, the rebellion reloaded takes place. Morpheus finds him, take him to the Oracle. He's trained to fight the machines.
All right, can we let's stop right there. The Oracle, which is one of my favorite characters that I've seen, is that as closest to how you had it in the book? About
Are you kidding? There is no. Listen, you need to get off of this mess.
No. Listen. Talk to me like I don't know. Talk to me like I don't know. I don't know.
Stop. Ask questions, but don't give comments.
No, but you saying y'all like I don't know. I'm really. I just
but you need to ask the question, but not tell me something.
Okay,
Because
all right,
these people never, that filmed it, never created anything.
Right, but I don't
They
want
don't
to
have a script.
I want to hear your story.
Wait.
I want
They
to hear
don't
your
have
story
a
first.
script. They don't have a script.
Right.
They never wrote a book. They never wrote a script. They never wrote a book. They don't have any copyrights. They didn't even know the word Matrix came out of the Bible. They thought that they could actually copyright.
Now, obviously, I'm not the same Southworth because, well, I have a vagina. And the architect Southworth is named Paul. But, you know, hey, if it happened to the Matrix, it could happen to us all.